So in this video, we're going to do a client interview with a soccer coach out in Sacramento. He started running his ads exactly 5 weeks ago, and today we're going to have him share all his results. So make sure you watch until the end because I'll have Brian here share his screen, show you all the numbers, how much he spent on running his ads, and some of the behind the scenes. So Brian, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and break down exactly how many new clients you've been able to sign in the very first 5 weeks of running your ad.
For sure, Mo. So my name is Bryan Gutierrez. I started off with 0 clients. Right now I'm at 31 clients and still growing. Yeah, I mean, I started off with nobody and no account, no Instagram, nothing. So it's been definitely been a ride, but it's been fun for sure.
100%, bro. I guess can you zoom into like your background a little bit as well, just so the viewers can like really start to understand your starting point, like really why you even started the private training business in the first place.
For sure. So I am a college graduate from Sacramento State University. I played soccer there. And after my 4 years, I went into working in my field, which is kinesiology. Right now, I also have another job as a physical therapist in a neurological rehab facility. Uh, Honestly, what made me want to go into this was I checked out your videos from before. I seen your ad pop up and I reached out and I seen like growing from, 0 to 6,000 in a month or 1,000 to 8,000. I was like, dude, like, I mean, who doesn't want to make more money? So I reached out. Um, and I mean, yeah, from there it's been
Yeah,
uphill, honestly, but it's definitely been a little bit difficult, but worth it for sure.
100%, bro. How much were you making like before you started working with us in the first place?
I was making basically zero, dude. I mean, like I told you, I had 1, 2 clients maybe.
Hmm.
And I was kind of like, oh, I don't have, the time to have
Yeah,
more clients because of work, school. But I've definitely been able to make time now that, you see the income coming in, like you're definitely okay. Maybe I do have another extra hour or two.
100%, bro. How much are you making now that you've added the 31 new clients?
I'm making about 6,000 now.
6,000.
Yeah, so weekly it kind of fluctuates between like 1.5 to 2,000.
Wow. Can you
Yeah.
describe how it feels now knowing the business is making, 6, 7, 8K a month basically on autopilot? Well, not on autopilot, as in like you're actually putting in the work, but you're seeing the results because most coaches, it takes them forever to get to that point. So can you describe how it feels knowing that the business is making the money that's making?
I mean, it feels good because it's definitely something that's kind of nerve-wracking in the beginning,
Hmm.
with the investment, with kind of being like, damn, am I gonna get like this money back or am I just kind of gonna cut even? Like, am I only gonna make how much I'm putting in? But it's definitely felt a lot better. And don't get me wrong, like it is, like I said, it's hard work. Like how you said, like it kind of is autopilot because
Hmm.
all the clients are coming to you, but you also have to put into the work to like call them back, the texting. I was doing all my like calls mostly during my
Hmm.
lunch hour at work. Like I'd be like, oh, like I have time from this time to this time. So I was kind of going on all day, honestly.
Dude, just some of the viewers, are you still working the job or are you about to like kind of like call it quits now that you've seen the success?
I'm almost done there. I just want
Hmm.
to honestly, I just want to get like my last few weeks in, just so I don't cut them short too
Yeah.
fast. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close, honestly, and especially with summer coming up.
Before working with us and before running your ads, can you describe like where were you with the business? Like how many clients? You said you were like one or two clients, but like how were you getting those clients back then?
Word to mouth,
What's my
that's it. And I didn't have like my account. I tried to do it through like my personal,
mm-hmm.
but then I was also like, I don't want to make my personal into my business account,
Mm.
and I never like took that step to make my own account, honestly. I've seen a lot of people do it and I was kind of like, oh, maybe it'll work if I do it through something that's already built.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's definitely been easier to do it from something like from scratch,
Yeah.
and also getting the tips that you gave me for
Yeah, of
sure
course.
has helped a lot. But yeah, I had 1 or 2 clients and I wouldn't
Mm.
even call them like clients because it was like every other week or like every month, so
Yeah.
it's definitely grown a lot.
What were like some of those problems you were struggling with, like when it came to growing your private training business, like before, coming across us? Like what was like the biggest things that you felt like it wasn't really working for you?
I think relying too much on other people to get my
Mm.
name out. It was. you kind of hope that they tell someone
Hmm.
and it wasn't going that way. Or if they were, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, like let me know who does your, for example, who does your work at your house, and then you tell them, and they're like, oh yeah, like I'll text them, but then you forget. You're kind of like, oh wait, who was the guy who they just told me to reach out to? And I think that's what was going on.
Yeah.
That the if a parent was telling someone, maybe you run through someone like me who has an ad,
Hmm.
but then I'm telling you to go to someone else, and you're like, okay, well this guy doesn't have like an account, this guy doesn't have anything to really back them up. So I feel like
Right.
that now it's kind of vice versa. Now people are running through my ads and being like, "Oh, like this looks legit," and
Yeah.
everything on my page
Of course.
that I've posted looks good as well. So
100%, bro. I guess to just to shift gears for a second, I know you probably saw one of our ads, but I guess like what really made you want to work with us in the first place? Because I know you were super hesitant on that, that first few messages back and forth.
honestly, dude, I think it was something that you told me, but also something that I wanted to change, which was I told you like, well, yeah, like I want to make more money, and you said, well, how are you going to make more money if you're not willing to bet on yourself, basically? And that was something that I had also told myself, like, nothing's going to change if I don't change this, right? Like, if I continue doing word to mouth, if I continue focusing on my other job and kind of making someone else money, like,
Yeah.
how am I going to make my own money? So I was kind
Hmm.
of why not take that chance on
Yeah.
me? Um, it is kind of like a betting game, right? It works or it
Hmm.
doesn't, but I'd rather bet on myself than
Of
have to
course.
put my money towards someone else and have them make me my money. Like, why not just do it on me?
Yeah. And then looking back at it, do you feel like that bet played off nicely for you?
Oh, for sure, dude. I mean, I think I told you, like, after I made it, like, I had like a pit in my stomach. Like, I
Mm.
literally told you, I was like, dude, my stomach, like, right now, like, I'm nervous for sure. And when I made like that first payment, I was like, all right, but like, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And I had a belief in it as well, but obviously I also put in the work to make it happen.
100%. And I think the funny thing is, coaches talk about building a six-figure private training business, but aren't even willing to invest, 5 to 10K to just even learn the skills to do it. So it's like, how can you ever build something worth six figures a year if you're not willing to invest in the skills that will get you to six figures? Because like if you had the
Exactly.
skills, you'd already have the business that's making six figures. The reason that you don't have the business that's making six figures a year is because you don't have the skills yet, right?
Yeah,
And I think
exactly.
that's what I told you on that first. I'm like, dude, you need to have the skills in order to do it. And once you have the skills, look at where you are now, right?
Exactly. And I think like you said, like when you do believe in your, it's better to just do it, right? Like
Yep.
and especially with something like this, just invest that. Because you kind of get capped out at a certain stage when you're not doing the ads and all this stuff. Like there's only
Yeah,
a certain amount of people that you can reach out by telling someone, hey, I do personal training, like tell them for me, or reaching out one by one. It gets kind of tiring doing that. Like
of course.
if I have to reach out to as many people um as I got back from the ads, if that makes sense, I don't think I'd be able to, honestly. Like in 5 weeks, there's no chance that I'd be able to reach out to the thousands of people that my ads have reached out to.
Yeah. And I like to tell this analogy to the coaches. I'm like, take a look at your growth in the last 3 months. On average, how many clients are you signing? And the answer is usually like, I'm signing 2 to 3 clients, on per month. And I'm like, okay, cool. How long will it take you to sign 30 clients? Well, 10 months. For Brian, it took you literally, 5 weeks to sign 31 clients. And it's like basically condensing time and just getting people to find out you exist without having to do it like one to one, like manually, right?
Exactly.
I guess for you, there are a few other programs out there, but for you, like what stood out to you about the way we do things and like what ultimately made you want to trust us to, earn your business?
Um, I think it would be the like how involved you guys are still into like the program. And honestly, like I don't think that you guys have to really reach out to me too much regarding on like, oh,
Yeah.
you have to do this, but I think it was more like checking up, if that makes
Right.
sense. Like it wasn't really like, hey, you got to do this and this. Like as soon as you told me what to do, I was like, all right, cool, I'm doing
Yep.
that. And also how like well set up everything is.
Yep.
Like after you do this, do this. If you run into this thing, this is exactly what you got to do. Like, and you even said in your videos, and you send me a message. If you have a question, check out our videos first. More than likely it's on there. And yeah, I mean, 100% of the time it was there. Like I was like, oh crap, like I'm running into this problem now. Like what do I got to do? And it was
Yeah.
exactly the exact problem I was running into, and you had the solution for it. So
Did you like how short like the actual modules were? Because I know there's a lot of guys thinking like, I can't, put all the time into this. I have so much things on my plate. I can't be bothered to go through a billion videos. Did you like how it was, I guess, the experience inside?
yeah, because everything that I did, like um you have time in between them, in between the modules. So it was like do these posts and then this and that. And then I have like another a day or two before I have to do the next thing because I have to wait until I start getting my followers, my likes, all that stuff.
Yep.
So, but even then, I think you can finish the modules, and I think if you're really like going in that day, what maybe like 2 hours,
Yep. Basically.
probably even less.
Yeah. Did you, I guess like just to shift gears, there are other guys who kind of like try to do what we're doing and help out their coaches. Like what stood out to you about us that ultimately made you, you know what, these guys seem legit? Like, was it like the case studies? Was it the videos that you watched? Was it like what was the like the few moving pieces for you?
The case studies. When I checked out on the first day that I seen your ad,
Yeah.
I think was like a week before my ad started.
Mm-hmm.
I checked out your videos and I was like, oh, like let me go through them a little bit. And then as soon as I seen, I was like 10 minutes into one of them, and I made my appointment like that same hour. Like I think I seen one video like at 10, and made my appointment like at 11. And then you were like, oh, like you have to watch the whole video, and I watched the whole video, and then I checked out the case studies, and I was like, dude, I mean, seems legit. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know unless I try it though. I
Yeah.
think unfortunately, some of these things seem like too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1,000 to 8,000, you're like, no way. Like, but I mean, it's real for sure.
Yeah. Now you're one of those case studies essentially go from
Yeah.
0 to 6K and it's like still feels surreal because like looking back, did you feel like you would actually get there having, seen like the videos and seeing like some of the proof?
I mean, I definitely thought that there was going to be some improvement, but not as much as there's been, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest.
100%. It does seem too good to be true. And I tried to like put so many disclaimers out there. I'm like, listen, the average coach signs 20 clients, and then like usually most clients just, surpass that. Like for example, for you, you do for once like 31 clients. And obviously there's only so many hours in the day where you can't really handle, at a certain point you're gonna cap out, right?
Yeah.
Can you describe what that, the first few days like on the other side was for you, like after you joined us?
I mean, they're for sure difficult. Like, in just kind of being on my phone the whole time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I had said, like, I told my girlfriend like, oh, like I'm on my phone a lot, like it's kind of stressful, but this is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I spent maybe my the same amount of screen time that I did when I wasn't doing this,
Yeah.
but putting it into a business now. Like
Yeah.
I'm still spending the 6, 7 hours, 5 hours a day on my phone, but now it's just into something that's building my future. So
Right.
I was like,
So
whatever. That's cool.
100%, bro. I mean, I think it's transitioning from being a consumer who's just like scrolling on Instagram, TikTok to like being the producer who's the guy behind the scenes, like really posting things out, talking to clients and moving the things forward, like you said.
Exactly. And it was just, I mean, messaging like people, calling people, like I said, during my hour break at lunch, to where I
Yep.
only had like 10 minutes to eat, but I was like, whatever. But then you do it so much, like the calls, that you start going from like a 15-minute call to like 10 minutes to like 8 minutes because you know exactly what you're selling.
Yep.
Like in the beginning, I felt like I had to really like outsell myself. Like I was
Hmm.
like not really talking too much, but I was leading on too many questions to
Hmm.
now it's like straight to the point, like this is what I do, this how much
Yep.
I charge. Like I tell them like I'm after you enjoy your first session, not like, oh, if you like your session, then we can move on. Like I'm like after you enjoy your first session and your kid enjoys it, we can move on to the next one and figure it out from there. And I
Yep.
feel like it just gave like a certainty to like the parents, like being like, okay, well he knows what he's doing for sure.
100%. 100%. I think it's very important that you're confident. I guess like how confident were you on the very first few calls like you jumped on versus like nowadays?
Um, like the first ones, I was pretty nervous. I
Yeah.
know the first call that I did, I closed my first client though. Um, but like my girlfriend was there listening and she was like, dude, you're rambling on way too much. Like just you know what you're selling. Like you've played before, you've played all these years. Like you don't need to go on and on and on, which is true. Like I
Yeah.
think once you start talking too much and you kind of keep circling around back to the same thing, it's like,
Hmm.
okay, well, you already told me that. Like, why are you telling me that again? Like I already know, you know. So now it's just straight to the point. Like I said, this is what I do. This is what I'm selling. If you like it, let's move on. If not, then,
Yeah.
come back to me when you're ready.
100%, bro. I mean, for the viewers, can you actually break down the process that we took you through in the very first week? Because I know you moved really, really fast. Like you were moving like aggressively in terms of like completing the action steps and moving things quickly. Can you like give us a high level overview of like what that process looks like?
Yeah, I mean, for example, like with me, if you're starting a new account, like a new Instagram account, Facebook account, whatever it is, I know I was definitely nervous about that because I was like, damn, like I'm starting from scratch. I got zero followers, zero posts, and you're like, it's good that you don't have one, and it's good if you do. Like, there's not really a right or wrong way to do it. But you told me like if we're starting from scratch, it's kind of better because now we get to build your Instagram exactly how it's supposed to be built. Which was just like doing a certain amount of posts, getting out and making videos during your sessions. So if you already have videos, like you're already ahead because I had to make like a lot of my videos from scratch. So I had to go
Yeah.
out and when I was doing my trainings, I had someone recording. Um, I had one of my sisters recording out in my trainings. And then once you make your videos, you have to post them in a certain way to where
Yeah.
it's drawing people in. You're taking pictures with your clients, so make sure that if you haven't yet, take some pictures with your clients. Um, and then also just like really making your account like dragging someone in where it's not the same things over and over, or you're kind of straying away too far
Yeah.
from the personal trainer because that's what you are. That's what you want to work towards. So don't stray away too far from that.
Yeah. Did you feel like the modules like really reassured you and gave you like exactly what you needed to like know what you're doing? Because like most coaches are like, yeah, like well, what do I actually do though? Like what how do I actually do it? You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, every problem because every problem that I ran into was like something that was my problem, which wasn't having enough videos, not enough pictures with my past clients. So everything was like, okay, well, if you don't have this, like I said, you go back to this video and watch this before you even ask a question.
Yeah.
Because realistically, I think even if you weren't reaching out to me every day or every other day, I still would have been able to get through it if it was just like if you just said, okay, you're gonna make your payment, this is your modules, go through it how you can. But obviously you were there to help me out, so it made
Yeah.
it like a lot better, being able to reach out
Hmm.
to you and then getting that response back. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I would have been able to do it even if you weren't like in the picture as much as you were.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the cool thing is like we built this in a way where once you are in, you can do it on your own, but you have us there all the time to like do it for you. And obviously, once the
Exactly.
time finishes, like how confident do you feel now, like as you begin to graduate from the program, if you in like I think a month and a half, maybe 2 months from now, I guess how confident do you feel to run a play on your own?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
pretty confident in it. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if I ever have any questions, I can just go back to the videos
yeah,
and maybe one thing I haven't, for example, if I haven't done something in a while and I kind of forget how to
hmm,
reach out to a client or something for some reason, I can just go back and restart that.
yep,
And it'll take me less than 10 minutes to get exactly where I was. And it was kind of funny because I was going through everything by video.
yeah,
Like when I got my first text, it was you had told me like, oh, your ad's gonna start running tomorrow, most likely. And it started that same day, I think like in 30 minutes or something. And I was like, oh crap, like I'm getting all these texts now. And I hadn't went through the modules yet. And then so as I'm getting the text, I'm going through the modules and finding it out there. So it was like, okay, when they say this, you say this. And I was like, it was kind of funny because
yeah,
I was waiting until the next day to check them out and then I get
right.
them right away.
100%, bro. Can you actually zoom into the ad creation process? Because I know before working with us, you'd never created a single ad in your life. Can you actually zoom into like how that looked like for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, it started off completely from scratch because I didn't have enough videos. You want to have like high quality. good looking videos. Like make sure that you're taking your time on that too. If you have those videos set already, but they're not like, they're kind of grainy or they're kind of shaky, make sure you
Hmm.
fix that just because it looks more professional.
Yeah.
When you have a steady video there and everything looks clear and you can see yourself in it, you also want to make sure that the parents know who they're reaching out to, right?
Hmm.
It makes it easier. Like to be able to put a face to the account or put a face to the person that they're talking to on the phone.
Yeah.
um it's like anything, right? Like if me and you only talked over the phone, I don't think I would have done it just
Of
because
course.
like I want to make sure I get to see the person that I'm reaching out to. I don't want to be talking to someone who I can't put a face towards and I'm kind of like, dude, I wonder what this guy looks like. Or because at the end of the day, like, where you feel more comfortable reaching out to
Hmm.
someone that has a smile on their face in their videos
Yeah.
or is talking to other kids, giving a high five to another kid, like,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we're working with people's children, like,
100%.
so that you got to make sure you make them feel comfortable as well. And also that if their parent is showing their kid like, oh, look, this who you're going to be working with,
Yeah.
they're also comfortable to work with them as well. It goes both ways.
Yep, 100%. And then obviously once you get those clips, like we'll take care of your ads for you. Like we basically created this ad within like 24 hours. I think like we got yours done within 12 hours. Like it was really fast.
Dude, I think it was like no, it was the same day, and it was I think like 6 hours because as soon as we had a meeting in the morning, I believe like at 10,
Hmm.
and then it started running like at 3 p.m. or something or 4 because I think I went to work that day,
Yeah.
and during work it went off like halfway through my session at work. I just started getting all these like coach in my
Yeah.
messages, and I was like, oh, like, all right, I guess it started already. And I reached out to you right away, and I was like, oh, like Mo, like my thing already started. And you're like, oh, that was quick. And
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, that's when I had to like step it up to like right away, basically.
Can you describe like how it felt like getting your first few leads? Because I know there's a lot of coaches who are like, is it actually real? Is it actually work? Like do ads actually, get results? Like how did it feel for you knowing that you saw for like firsthand, not through the case studies you watched before you work with us, like the actual like live, blueprint?
It was nerve-wracking because I'm like, okay, well, I know that everything leads up to me getting on a phone call with them.
Hmm.
Um, and I've closed more clients for sure over a phone call than I have like over texts in the past few years.
Yep.
Because like I said, you're able to express yourself a lot better over the phone than having to go back and forth over the 3-4 days of text. Because realistically, like, I mean, I'm reaching out back really fast,
Hmm.
less than 5-10 minutes in the beginning, and then they're reaching out through Facebook and they don't really use their Instagram. So like you send the message, they don't check their Instagram until like the next day, 2 days after that. So it's like it's really about being like there for them as well and making sure like,
Yeah.
hey, like I'm still here if you need anything. But I think leading up to a phone call was definitely like nerve-wracking for me. That was like the
Hmm.
the thing that I was most nervous about.
100%. For the coaches who are stuck using the old school way of doing things, like word of mouth flyers, business cards, like kind of like some of the strategies you were using before you work with us, why do you think it's important for them to like get on social media and start running ads?
Everything is through social media now. I mean, when's realistically, like when's the last time you've gotten a client through word to mouth? Like it's hard because there's so many people running like me running ads. And like I said, if you see someone running an ad and then I go up to you, but you check my page isn't set up the correct
Yeah.
way. And then you go to another person's page and it's like, oh, like this guy has like 25 videos already and he has all these likes, comments, and he has all these followers on his page. Like you're more than likely going to trust that person
Yeah.
because people are commenting like or people are reposting his videos, people are commenting under his videos like, "Oh, I've had a lot of people comment like, "Oh, really great session." Like
Hmm.
or they've posted on their story, tagged me, I repost it. So it helps a lot more. I think you just got to change it up now. It's like social media is so huge and if you use it the correct way, like it's going to help you out. It's going to benefit you for sure.
Yeah. And the funny part is like I like the fact you mentioned like you getting referrals hasn't been working for you, so why keep using that same strategy? And I
Yeah.
do think it's people think about it backwards. Like they think I have two or three clients, I should ask them for referrals and I'll get more clients. But we like to do things in reverse. Like when you get 30 clients, it's so much easier to ask for referrals because your snowball is so big, right?
Exactly.
Like for you, do you feel like, referrals would have gotten you to this level, like in terms of like actually growing the thing?
Very unlikely, just because I'm not gonna say no, because I maybe
Yeah.
somebody built it like that, right? But
Hmm.
for me, like I said, I don't think I would have been able to reach out to in these 5 weeks. In the beginning, I was reaching out to like 10 people a day. So just in a week, I was reaching out to 70 people, or
Yeah.
my ads are reaching out to 70 people.
Okay.
It's very unlikely that I would have been able to reach out to 70 random people.
Yeah.
Um, and I actually tried it in the beginning when we started our before we ran our ads. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, let me go to people's like Instagrams and get myself a head start. And it's hard, dude, because
Yeah.
like you're having to reach out to the correct people, right? Some people aren't looking for that, but the
Right.
whoever comments on your video is looking for it. So it makes it easier because like they're coming just to you. You don't have to go and look for 100 other people to reach out to. So
Yeah. It's
it
like
made it a lot easier.
cold DMing strangers is like basically handing out flyers all over again, but it's just a digital
Exactly.
form of that. So if
Yeah,
people are not expressing interest in your first thing in the first place, why are we trusting in the first place?
exactly.
Why don't you go ahead and share your screen so we can take a look at some of the numbers? Okay, beautiful. And then pull up that. Sweet, that's your ad account. Okay. So on from January 12th to February 12th, exactly 5 weeks, a little less than 5 weeks actually. So 4 weeks and 5 days. If you can scroll over, let's see how much you spent so far. Just tap anywhere on the screen so that thing pops off. Yeah. So you got a total of 260 messaging conversations started. So 260 leads reached out to Bryan. A total of 37,000 people have actually seen the ad. And then your cost per results, your cost per lead was $2.12, which is absolutely incredible. So basically for every $2 that, Bryan spends on his ads, he gets one new lead. So if he's spending, $15 a day, on average, he's getting like 7 to 10 leads reaching out to him every single day. Now, on the right, amount spent is $551. I guess looking back, was it worth it spending that money on the ads?
Yeah, and I actually had to lower my. I think I told you I was like, dude, I think I gotta cut it in half because I'm getting like too many people at once to where I also in the beginning like it's fine, but then after like you have your old or your current clients reaching out to you and then you have new clients reaching out to you, so it's like it does get like a lot. So I was like, okay, I'd rather cut it in half for now and let it build by itself like that slowly. Just so I can give the correct amount of
Attention.
time to each one so that it feels like for them as well, it's not just like if they're like, hey, like I'm interested and I'm just like, okay, or like, oh yeah, like reach back,
Yeah,
I'll reach back out to you tomorrow because I don't have time today. Or, everything that I was doing was like I can call you today, right
yeah,
now at this moment. But if you don't have time, you can call me tomorrow. But you also don't want to
yeah,
push them off too far because at
right.
times like you do forget. Like I set reminders to call this person at this certain time, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like you're doing something else that day now and you're like, damn, like I can't reach back out. So it's also better not to have like too many phone calls, I think, in one day,
Yeah,
to where like you're not giving the correct attention or your social battery is running out, right?
dude.
I felt like every call that I did was like at my 100%, like they liked what I was talking about, they enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
it. And you don't want to reach out to them and kind of not know what you're talking or be honestly just be tired of talking to people because it does happen.
Yeah,
You're reaching out to 10 people a day. It gets kind of repetitive talking to people, if
yeah.
I'm being real.
A cool thing is like, what a good problem to have. Like, you have so much clients
Exactly.
coming to you that it's like, I actually don't want to speak to you right now. Like, give me until tomorrow. Because like usually the
Yeah.
other way around, like you're chasing clients nonstop, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, please, please take my phone call. And now you're in a position
Yeah.
where you're like, hey, bro, I'll call you tomorrow if I have time.
That's exactly how it was. And I feel like in a weird way that kind of attracts them more.
Yeah,
Being like, because in the beginning I was like, oh, I'll call you right now because I had so much time in the beginning.
yeah,
And then yeah, like now it's like, oh, I'll call you tomorrow. Or hey, I'll let you know if I have time tomorrow. If not, we can do
yeah,
like Thursday, Friday, and this is like on a Sunday. I'm like, maybe I could do Thursday on a call if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, like I'll get a message during the week that's like, hey, like let's just go through with it. Let's do one on Saturday. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. I didn't even have to get on a phone call with you.
Dude, it's so beautiful. It's such a good problem to have. And then it's almost like kind of like back in like high school days when like you're trying to like really get this girl, and then once you do get the girl, every other girl wants to come with you, essentially. And it's
Exactly.
really crazy when it's like the abundance mindset where when you have so many leads coming to you, you operate from a different sort of standpoint, if that makes sense.
hmm
Dude,
Exactly. And like I said, like it's definitely draining, dude. Like I'm not gonna tell you it's
yeah,
not, but it's such a good way to be drained. Like you're tired of getting clients. And I had to tell my girlfriend like, dude, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be on my phone so much. I
yeah,
seen it since the first day. I literally told her I was like, she's seen me on my phone all the time. She's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm literally just texting back clients and I'm showing her like all the messages and messages
yeah,
and messages. And she's like, wow, like, that's good. Like, go ahead, do it, whatever. But just to let you know, like, you are gonna have to put in that work. And if you're someone that's not gonna, then I don't recommend it for
yeah.
you
Dude,
because you're gonna think like, oh, well, this isn't working. But it's like, are you putting in that all that time that you have in a day?
so well
Um,
said, bro.
yeah.
Did, how did your like, family, your girlfriend, how'd they react to seeing all the success and seeing all like the results happening so quickly? Because I'm sure you
Well,
spoke, you were kind of like thinking with them and like speak
yeah.
with them before you joined.
Well, before just kind of backtrack, I told them first, and I told them not ask. Like I told them like I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
I didn't say like should I because realistically, like when they hear a big number of investing, they're kind of like it scares anyone, right? If you don't have, unless you're like a millionaire or whatever, like and you
Yep.
have, and it's like it kind of it makes you nervous, dude. I'm not gonna lie, like I was nervous. They were nervous when I told them that I was gonna do it. They're kind of just like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "I'm gonna do it." Like same questions they asked that someone might ask you, they asked me, "How do you know it's gonna work?" And I was just like, "Well, I just do. Like I have a feeling." Like I was asking, I was like, "Dude, I want something to come up for me to help me build my
Yep.
business." And this came up at the right time. I mean, I just honestly I just got lucky.
Dude, so well said. I guess some coaches have this limiting mindset and they think like, I can't believe Bryan spent $500 on his ads. Like, what would you tell them having seen the results firsthand?
I mean, honestly, I thought I spent more. Uh, because I've been doing this what 5 weeks, so I'm spending
Yep.
$100 a week.
Basically.
I'm making that back in one client and a half. So it's like it's worth it. You have one session during the week, and if you're charging more than I am, then you could probably do that in one person. You can make that money back that you're spending for a whole week
Yep.
to for 10 people to reach out to you, 20 people to reach out to you in that week, you're paying it with one person. So it's like it's worth it. It seems like a lot when you're looking at it right now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really not.
100%, bro. So well said. Why don't you go ahead and stop sharing your screen? I want to ask you a few more questions. I guess after working with us for the last 5 weeks, like what did you learn about marketing?
Honestly, that you ha it's like about you. Like it's really just about you. How much do you know about what you're selling? Because like I said, like you also need to know what you're offering.
Hmm.
Do you really believe in your trainings? Which I do, and I tell the clients all the time, like, I know my worth and I know how I can help you. And I always say like, uh, we'll talk tomorrow and see if you're a good fit for me. Because I know that I'm a good fit for you because I know I can help you out. But is your kid gonna help me build like my business as well in a way to where it's like
Yeah.
I don't want to have people out there that aren't gonna work hard, right? I always tell them
Hmm.
like I don't care what level they're at, but if they're not working their butts off, like I don't want them here. Because
Yep.
realistically, like I'm building a business as well. And let's say they're like, oh, who does this kid train with? And they're like, oh, they're training with Bryan over at Foot Elite. And they're like, well, I haven't seen any progress, right? That
Mm.
makes me look bad.
Yeah.
But if they're out there working their butts off and they're seeing progress, and then they ask and they're like, oh, okay, I've seen him get better. Like, what is he doing? Oh, he's out there doing personal training with Bryan at Foot Elite.
Yeah.
Then it's growing me more. So it's also like, I'm not going to say pick and choose your clients,
Yeah,
but in a way, you kind of have to because
it's
it's your
true.
business. It's like you have for example, like at Amazon or whatever, all these big businesses, they're not going to keep someone that's not making them money.
Exactly.
They're just not. So it's the same thing. I mean, that's kind of what I've learned about marketing in a
Dude,
way that you have to be really smart with who you choose and also sell yourself well.
Dude, so well said. And I think the biggest thing is like for us as well. Like if you are a bad coach and you jump on a call with me or one of our team members and we see that you're kind of like we can't even bet on you. It's like why take a risk and hurt our reputation? Because at the end of the 3 months that you work with us, you're gonna be like, hey, this didn't work for me because of XYZ reason. When in reality, you just didn't do the work, right? So I
Exactly.
somewhat prefer clients like yourself who, work with us because A, you didn't complain. B, you didn't whine, even though like you made a huge risk in yourself. Like you had the balls to do it, which is very important because like certain people never get what they want out of life because they're not willing to take the big risks, right? But the
Exactly.
the beauty about this is that all the rewards, all the fruits is behind that risk, behind that jump that you're gonna make. And for you, like you had the balls to take the risk, and more importantly, once you did take the risk, you weren't just sitting there like, "Hey, can you please do this for me?" It wasn't whining. It wasn't complaining. It wasn't like it was like, hey bro, like how do I do this? Like, can you show me how to do this? Or hey bro, I got it. Like I'm already on the next step. So, and it was really quick too. So like if you are, a shark, like what I said with T was like you just came in absolutely dominating everything. We prefer to work with those clients as well. You moved, I think, within the first 4 days, you had 20 posts up. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, because I think that was just like for me, that's what I, thought. And then we had your ad up and running like day 7 or day 6, one of those days.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think the only thing that I was asking you guys was like, hey, when can I run my ad? Like, because
Yeah.
I was like already ready. I was like, I have my posts up. And I'm not saying like I was moving too fast for you guys, but you guys obviously have like um a set way of that you have to do things, right, which is the right way. I think if I would have moved too fast, then it would have been like, okay, like we got to slow it down a little bit
Yep.
and not make it seem like, too or not be too rushed.
Yep.
So I think I was just like, hey, like I'm ready. I have my 20 posts up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was updating you guys like every day, like, oh,
Yep.
I have 8 posts up, which was like on the first day. Oh, I have 12 now. I have 16. Hey, I'm at the 20. When can we start? And I think
Mm-hmm.
after I got the 20, we did like you said, like 2 days later, I think we started running the ads.
Yep.
So yeah, but
It-
I think it's definitely about putting in your own work.
I guess looking back, because the average coach that we work with signs 20 clients every single month, and that's what we've seen across the board. Why do you feel like you were able to sign 31 and basically like almost 1.5x the average coach that we work with?
I think it's how you said it that also honestly, I needed to make the money if I'm being real.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I work this job right now. I'm not making enough,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not really. I love my job, but this is like my passion, right?
Yeah.
Like soccer is my passion, and I was like, I think for me is also betting on myself and knowing that I could do it because after I made that first phone call and I got my first client, I was like, dude, that felt good. Like being
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'll see you on Thursday, and this was like on a Sunday. I remember I called my first client. They responded, and I was like, "Hey, like, this is what I do." They're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Perfect. I'll see you Thursday." And it was like 3 times. I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna make 3 times in an hour than I make at my regular job,
Right.
or 2.5 times." And I was like, "There's no way. Like, I'm getting paid to coach kids, like,
Right.
to go out there for an hour and do what I love." So honestly, I think that was one part, the money, but
Mm-hmm.
also that it's like my passion and it's what I want to do. So,
Yeah.
and if you want to do something, like you got to go out and get it yourself. Like no one's gonna give it to you. And if you really want to build something bigger than what you have now, like the only way to do it is to go after it and put in 2 to 3 times as much time as you were before.
100%. And it's kind of like I always use an analogy. It's like kind of like learning how to use your weak foot because it sucks for a reason. It's because you haven't trained it. The reason you
Yeah.
suck at marketing is because you haven't trained marketing skills. The reason you suck at sales is because you never were trained how to do sales, right? I guess to dive into sales for a second, what did you learn when it comes to A, collecting deposits before those sessions, and then B, selling packages and those like reoccurring memberships?
The deposit, for example, if you charge the $10, 15, 20, whatever, it makes them like be like, okay, now I have to go because if not, I lose that 15, $20. And even if you're charging $100 or 90, 70, whatever it is, for a session, someone doesn't want to just lose 15 to $20.
Hmm.
Like that's just throwing money away, right? So if you tell someone like, okay, perfect, but in order for us to get locked in, I need that 15 or $20 deposit fee because other people have canceled on me already. So
Yep.
just to make sure that you're locked in and I'm locked in as well, let's do that first. And then it just kind of makes them want to be there because, like I said, you don't want to just throw away money, right?
Yeah.
Like now, if they have something else, for example, something else comes up where they need to go to the
Hmm.
store or something at that time, or like they have an appointment, they're gonna push that appointment over to get you scheduled in because it's like I'm not gonna lose money.
You've already committed. Like you've already put
Exactly.
the commitment.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because if they don't put the commitment and they're like giving you hesitations on that call, you know for a fact when that Thursday session comes around at 4 o'clock, they were going to ghost you in the first place. They weren't going to
Yeah.
show up. So what you're doing
Hmm.
is like you're making sure people show up, but more importantly, you're getting your clients to like not walk all over you. Because I'm sure like before you work with us, you probably weren't collecting deposits. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
And
I was not.
it's like if you let your clients walk all over you, you basically teach them how to treat you. So for
Yeah,
us and for yourself, like what you want to do instead is like get those deposits so that you know for a fact like you mean business as well.
exactly. And I think I also learned from our first call
Hmm.
where we were on the call and I kept telling you like, oh, but like if it doesn't work, am I getting my money back? And I think I asked you like three times,
Yep.
like throughout like the span of like the hour or whatever that we took
Hmm.
on a call. And then you were like, look, dude, I think you're not really confident in doing this yet. So let's wait and you just come back to me when you're ready. And I feel like in a way that made me be like, dude, like, all right, like let's just do it. Because like you seem so confident as well. Vice versa, if someone is like, oh, like I've had people that are holding me on the phone for like 20 minutes and just asking me the same questions over and over, like, okay, but like, well, am I gonna see like change in them? Am I gonna? And
Hmm.
I'm like, come out and see. Like, I
Yeah.
can't tell you over the. I already told you three times before, yes, but you have to come out and watch. And if you want to come out and watch another session that I have, and you're out in the area, come do that. If you're not ready to commit yet, like I've told them,
Hmm.
like I have a session at this time around the same area that you live at, 6:30 p.m., 5:30 p.m. Come out and watch, and you'll see. And they're also like sometimes saying, "Oh, but why only an hour? Can you do an hour and a half?" I'm like, "Come to the hour session first, see if your kid wants to be there an hour and a half." Because I'm not out there just making them, pass and drip. Like, no, like it's a high intensity session,
Hmm.
and they're not gonna want to do an hour and a half because after that hour, they've had enough already.
Yep.
Like it's a good intense session. Like, so I think it's just being confident in what you're
Yep.
doing and
100%.
and also having structure to it. Because if you have the structure and they go out and see that first one, they're gonna want to come back for the next one and do the
Hmm.
packages.
100%. And I think I love how you said the fact that like being able to walk away from the deal will give you so much more leverage because if you're willing to let go of the deal, you're going to get more deals in the future. Like, for example, we never hard sell anyone on the call. Like, for example, like with yourself, like you were like, giving me all these little things on the first call. I'm like, dude, if you don't want to do this, don't do it. Like
Yeah,
I don't have the problem like you do. And the cool thing was we earned your trust and your respect because of that, because we're willing to walk away from deals where we know for a fact like our results speak for themselves. Like this client success interview, for example, is another result that shows like what we do actually works. And same thing with you, like your private training lessons, like the way you built your Instagram page shows that you know what you're talking about. So by you
exactly.
willing to walk away, you're like, the kind goes like, this guy really just walked away. Like he just didn't even want to pursue me. Like what's up with that? Because most coaches
Yeah,
beg, they desperately want to get these things happening, and they're like, please, please show up to the session. Like I'll give you a trial. I'll give you like a discount. I'll give you this. Like, did you offer any discounts, by the way?
no, I did everything. I think in the beginning, like I kept when I would message people and they wouldn't message me back, I would tell like my girlfriend, like, dude, like, should I say like, oh, like $10 off or whatever? And she'd be
Yeah.
like, just wait, like, just wait. And yeah, I mean, most of the people that didn't text me back on that first week, they texted me back again and I didn't realize. And then when I'd go to message them, and I was like, oh, look who came back from that first week after like they didn't text me because now they're starting to see like the Instagram being built.
Yep.
They're starting to see me posting more and people reposting my videos. So yeah, I mean, in the beginning it's hard, but to walk away from those clients, to walk away from that money, but like you said, at times it sets you free because now, um, if that person was only going to come once a month, right? Because of you can kind of tell how uncertain they are.
Yeah.
Now that clears up, and you can bring in someone that's gonna set their schedule for, okay, you have me for sure on Thursdays 4 to 5, and that's how I have some people like Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. For sure, I know I'm gonna have this person there, and it
Hmm.
just makes it so much better because now I don't have to go look for someone. Hey, like, the only time I post on my story like I have these sessions open is because someone like canceled but already had their deposit. So I'm like, cool, I'll get somebody
Yeah.
else in, like whatever. And 10 out of 10 times I get someone there because they want to be there, and because they've seen how many other people I've had before them.
Wow. Dude, in summary, having been on the other side, what would you tell someone who is kind of like how you were on that first call with us, like on the fence about working with us?
Yeah, I think just do it, dude. Like how I said before, if you don't change anything now, you're gonna stay the same, and you're gonna make the same amount of money you've been making the past 2 3 years. Like I don't I don't see how you can expect change when you've been doing the same thing over and over and over. Right? It's like anything, like, oh, New Year resolution. And I think that was me. I was like,
Hmm.
I hit you up on the beginning of January,
Yep.
um, like very early. I don't know if it was the first, the second, but it was very early, and I said like I want to do something new. And I think this is the way to start. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you wanna be better at what you do, and if you wanna have more clients, just do it, bro. Like there's nothing holding you back but yourself. It's you against you.
And the cool thing is, I think I told you this on the first call as well. This is the easiest it'll ever be to make an investment in yourself because as time goes on, you get more responsibilities, you have your family, you have kids, you have all these other things. So like if you want to take a risk, and it doesn't concern this thing as well, it's like concerns anything else that you want to do in life. Like I always have to remind myself as well, like whenever I'm buying bigger things, this is the easiest it's gonna be. Like I have the least
Mm-hmm.
amount of responsibility. I'm the freest I'll ever be. I guess,
Exactly.
just be transparent on our side as well. Like you made a huge investment in yourself as a 23-year-old. I guess why did you take that risk?
I had nothing else really like going for me in a way, like to where you're kind of like, I'm still playing soccer, I'm still doing all this other stuff, but like I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck. Like to where I'm like, okay, oh, well, this is coming up and I have to pay rent and I have to do this and that and that. And I'm like, I only have $200 left for the 2 weeks, whatever. I was just like, if I make this investment and if it works, then perfect. If it doesn't, then it just means that I wasn't going in hard enough after
Yeah.
the first week. Like when I was like, okay, like I knew after you were messaging me, you sent me everything, sign up for this, sign up for that. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna work. And I told myself after that first week, if it doesn't work, it's just because I didn't put enough hours. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is. Like if you're not working hard, if you're not a hard worker, I don't recommend this. Just because you need to put in your own work, dude. It's not like, when you said, we do everything for you, you do. You guys send us everything we need to do, but you have to do it yourself as well. You have to put in that time to do it yourself. So if you don't have the time for that, just don't
Yeah.
even do it, dude, because you have to do it on your own.
Yeah. 100%. How did you feel about the support in those first few weeks and then throughout the entire program, of course? Did you feel reassured that you made the right decision?
Yeah, because when you told me like, oh, we check up on you every day. I didn't really like expect every day, but yeah, it is. It's like, hey, how's this going? Hey, I really enjoyed your post. Like, post another one today. And it was like a step by step. It's kind of like if you guys were holding my hand throughout the whole thing, like just walking me
Yeah.
through it, like being like, post this, post on your story. Hey, go back, change this to this. This doesn't
Mhm.
look right. Fix up your template or whatever. So that was like nice as well.
Yeah, 100%. And we try to be as transparent as possible as well. Or like, if this sucks, we'll just tell you it sucks. Like, we'll be straight up like, hey, bro, like, that sucks. Just delete that shit. And then we'll go ahead and find
Yeah.
something else. And I think most of our clients love that. They like the transparency where we're just being super real with them because that's what you're here for. Like,
hmm
if you knew what you had to do, you wouldn't be here in the first place. Like, you already have the
No,
success that you already want. So
exactly.
I really enjoy the fact that you were just open to feedback as well. Like, you're very coachable and you're like, whatever you say, I'll just get it done. And you got it done really quick as well. And like, it wasn't like, hey, Bryan, can you please like change this post? And I wait 3 days to hear back from you. It was like, done, bro. Like, move on to the next one. Like, what's next? What's
Yeah.
next? What's next? And I really admire that part about you. I guess now that you're getting tons of new clients, what's the long-term vision?
Build my own facility. I mean, that's been like a vision of mine forever, but it looks more obtainable now
Hmm.
than it did a year or 2 years ago. Um, just because like I mean now I actually have like the if I go in to get a loan to get something, I
Yep.
have the money to back me up to be like, well, this is how much I'm making.
Hmm.
I just need the help for this one and I'll be able to pay it back.
Yeah.
Because now I know I can invest in myself and I know that it's gonna work out because I've even though it's only been a month and a half, I can feel like this is gonna get bigger. So for me, it's just building that facility and having my own because it is kind of hard also like fighting for fields with like other teams and all
Hmm.
this other stuff. So I'm like, why not just build my own facility? Like it'll just make everything 100 times easier.
100%. And I guess like just in the short term, now that you have the one-on-ones basically like dialed in and you're starting your first few groups, what's the next step for you? Do you feel like you want to start the groups or I guess like the like really leverage that time?
Yeah, because um I mean you make more money doing the groups realistically. The one-on-ones are cool, especially if like if you have for me, I have a kid that's really good
Hmm.
and his dad only wants to do solos.
Yeah.
And I know I can use his ability to play to build my clientele as well because
Hmm.
he's a great player. He's 8 years old. And if you have like those good players, really hone in on them with like the marketing stuff to use them
Yep.
to bring people in. And his dad was like, I want to do only solos, and I'm like, cool. Like either way, I don't think I have a high level 8 year old like him, so I'll keep him by himself. But the group ones, I mean, it's an hour and you can make $200-300 easily
Yep.
if you're doing them correctly.
100%. Dude, once again, absolutely crushed it. Like you said you were gonna do it, and then you did it. Most people just say they're gonna do something, they never actually like pull the trigger. They never actually do the work. And it's really cool to see you, 5 weeks later, go from 0 to 6K a month and basically sign 31 new clients. And I think just to be transparent on our side as well, I think you set a new company record as of filming this video. Definitely a company record for us as well. And I think it goes to show like if you have the speed that Bryan has, there's nothing that can stop you. Not just the speed up, but I feel like it was coupled with a great sense of urgency. Like you really wanted to just get out of your current situation. You were like, I gotta just fix this. I gotta make sure this happens. And you were just like balls to the walls all the way in, and every single day you were just getting things done. So I just want to say I admire the fact that like you just put the work in. Like you just came in, guns blazing, did everything you had to do, and now you're here 6 weeks later. I mean, 5 weeks later, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, not even the 6 week market.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate the help that you guys gave me as well. I mean, it made it 1,000 times easier. And like I said, I don't think I would have been able to do this without this program, for sure.
Any final thoughts before we jump off for the viewers who might be watching this video?
Just do it, bro. That's it. Um, Bet on yourself. Like instead of going on Prize Picks and trying to bet on someone else and trying to make money that way or whatever,
Yeah.
just bet on yourself, dude. Like there's nothing like I said, there's nobody else holding you back but yourself. And if you really want to level up your business and you're really serious about it, and you got to go in 100%. And I know it's kind of funny that I'm saying that when I have another job, but realistically, I have went in 100% on this. Like,
Yep.
I'm obviously still at my other job right now, but in terms of putting in the time, the effort, like I've done that 100%. I've given up other things to do this. Whether it's like someone's like, "Hey, last minute, can you come out and train tonight at 7:30?" I already had a plan. Cool. I'd rather go make that money and make that client like happy. So it's about putting in the time for it, putting in the effort. But if you're ready to invest in yourself, dude, like just go on and do it.
Dude, so excited for you and so excited to see what you're going to do next because I know this is just like the first stepping stone. And I know you have a bunch of other cool plans that you're going to just use this, cash flow to fund. And it's really cool to see you thinking like not just in the first few weeks, but like you're thinking in months and thinking in years. And that's the biggest difference between people who are successful and people who are not. And I think
Exactly.
your ability to delay gratification in the first few weeks of like just doing the work and like not seeing the results and like just keep doing the work is the reason why you're here 5 weeks later. So once again, congrats on the success and can't wait to see you on the second round when you do cross your first 10K, your first 15K, so on and so forth. And once again, I'm gonna attach your Instagram in the description below for anyone who has any questions for you. And I just thank you for being here, bro.
For sure. Well, thank you for having me again, and I appreciate you pushing me
Yeah,
to do this.
100%,
Uh,
bro. If you are a coach watching this video and you want more help growing your private training business, click that first link in the description below to book a call with our team to see if we can help you do the same thing. And Brian, once again, pleasure to have you on here.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.